This is Piney Prepper Bill. Today is Friday the 13th. It's September 13th, 2019. A couple things I want to talk about are one, are Wi-Fi routers dangerous? Is the radiation from a wireless Wi-Fi router dangerous to humans, to plants? I don't know if you can hear me. It's pretty windy. I got a microphone here, but it's pretty windy out here. And it's chilly as hell. Went from like 90 yesterday to like 65. I was at Sweetwater Casino out on the Mullica River last weekend doing some filming, and I felt weird. I started not feeling myself, and I just look up and the sky was just all scalar waves. It was, not so much chemtrails, but it was all, manipulated clouds. And I'm looking up, and it's just not normal. I mean, growing up, I never saw skies like this. And I'm filming it, and everybody's like, "Oh, what are you filming? What do you see up there?" I'm like, "Look at that sky. Look at those clouds." They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You think that's normal? Is that like an everyday occurrence for you?" So I don't understand that. I'm going to show you a video of these branches I have up here. They're all dying right at the edge of my shed. What else could it be? The rest of the tree is fine. The trees behind the shed and the other side, all around my yard, are fine. They're green. So right by the shed and leaning over the shed. And it goes all the way up. And that's where I believe they had the Wi-Fi router. Park rangers. Do we really need park rangers here in South Jersey? Growing up, we used to go trail riding, go four-wheeling in Jeeps and quads, and, go camping. We hung out in the Pine Barrens. That's what we did. And a couple years ago, I'm going back quite a few years, maybe 15 years ago, maybe longer, I don't know. A friend of mine, him, his two kids, the dog, and me, we went trail riding here through the Pine Barrens. We pulled off the trail so the kids could walk down to the water, play in the water a little bit, the dog's running around. Now out here in the Pine Barrens, the trails are real narrow. You got to pull over off the side if somebody's coming the other way. So we were getting out, to let the kids and the dog run around. So we pulled off the road, off the dirt road, and there's no traffic out there. But if somebody comes by, at least we're not blocking the road. Two park rangers pull up and ask if there are vehicles, and we said yes. Well, they said, "You can't park there." Like, well, we're not parked, we're just pulled off the side of the road so people could pass. Well, he said, "Didn't you see the sign?" We're like, "What sign?" And we walk over, and like in 1962, they must have hung a sign that said "No parking beyond this point" on a tree, like 30 years ago. So it grew, and now it's 15 feet in the air, and it's all faded. So anyway, the two of us got a parking ticket, a $75 parking ticket in the Pine Barrens. Are you shitting me? Now, growing up as a kid, I came across the park rangers, never had a problem. They were always friendly. If you got stuck in the woods, they'd help you. I don't ever remember them carrying a gun. I could be wrong, but today they carry like big Glocks, 45s, or 9mm. They got big guns. Why a park ranger needs that? Well, I guess maybe now I do know why, because they're assholes. Another friend of mine, him and his wife, were out through the Pine Barrens, driving around, taking a day trip, and they pulled off to the side so people could get around, on these real narrow trails. And they stopped, and they were eating a sandwich that they got from Wawa. A park ranger came by and gave them a ticket for eating in a non-food area or a non-camping site or something like that. I don't know how much that ticket was, but I mean, you have nothing better to do than give people tickets for parking on the side of a road in the middle of nowhere, doing nothing. A week or two ago, my stepdaughter and her husband, they called. My wife's getting ready to go to work, and they called. Want to know if she left yet? They're on their way to work, and they always hang out in the Pine Barrens at the park down the street, before they go to work. They just sit there, relax, and watch the birds and stuff like that. Well, it was getting late, and they went to turn around on one of these side roads, and he backed up, turning around, and got stuck in the sugar sand. He buried the truck. So they're trying to call us. My pickup truck is dead. It's off the road now. I don't have four-wheel drive. And the only thing I had here was the ambulance, the Army ambulance. Not much gas in it. It's been sitting in a garage. So I go all the way out there to pick them up. I took the tow chain and strap and everything else out there. Well, when we get there, I pick them up. Well, I pick him up, and she gets in a car with my wife. Here, they are walking to the ranger station to see if they could get help. Two park rangers in one of the four-wheel drive SUVs passed them. Now it's raining. It's pouring rain. They're walking on the road up to the park, the forest ranger station, or whatever you want to call it, information center. The rangers saw their stuck truck, saw them. They tried flagging them down, and they just went right past them. They never stopped. So when they got to the ranger station, they asked, like, why didn't you, we were trying to wave you down, why didn't you stop? And their response was, we can't help you. So why do we really need park rangers for? I mean, half the forest is closed down. You're not allowed to drive a quad. You can't take any unregistered vehicle out there. No motorcycles, no quads, no ATVs. You can't take a four-wheel drive pickup out there if your tires are a certain size. Half the trails are shut down. You're not allowed on them at all. They're taking away all our rights here in South Jersey. Well, pretty much the whole country. But what do we need park rangers for? Seriously. I mean, I always wanted to be a park ranger. When I was younger, I wanted to be a park ranger. The fire towers are nice. Being in the Pine Barrens is nice. But you're not allowed out there. And for a park ranger to carry guns, there's no reason for it. They're kind of like a rent-a-cop. Guys in school that couldn't become a cop, they became the mall cops. Now all the malls are shut down pretty much, so where did those retards go? I think they became forest rangers, park rangers, whatever you want to call them. I guess there's a difference between a park ranger and a forest ranger. Park ranger in a park, I don't know, maybe. Forest ranger, what's the purpose? I don't know. I really don't. They didn't need a gun, but now I see why I think they're going to piss so many people off. Now I know why they carry a gun. Anyway, that's what I got for that. Okay, so what'd you think of the tree? It's bad video footage, but what do you think of the tree? What do you think would cause just those branches to die? I don't have a clue. And forest rangers, I'm sorry, but I don't. They're going to be like idiots and jerk-offs. There's really no need for you. Taxpayers' money, right? For what? As far as I'm concerned, if we pay taxes, we should be able to use the woods. I mean, you got to have a fishing permit to go anywhere. A little stream, you got to have a fishing permit. And the wind is picking up and banging the camera. And I had a visit from Organic Flat Earth Prepper. Pete came over here. I asked him a question. I asked him how he was doing, and he's like, he wanted to come over here and pressure wash the back of my house. He did a good job. He came over here to do me a favor. I helped him change the oil in his pressure washer, but he brought the oil and everything, so I really didn't help him at all. And then he brought my wife and I some chips, organic chips and everything that were good. So he came over here and did all this stuff for me. So I owe him. Thanks, Pete. Put a couple clips into here of you pressure washing the house. Did a good job. Looks a lot better. I gotta do a lot of work to this house right now, but he's looking at moving out of Jersey. He's had it. Almost everybody I know is moving out of Jersey. Either they have or they are. What are your thoughts? For shit hits the fan, where would you move to? He was looking at West Virginia. I'm looking at West Virginia. But I think he's looking at North Carolina, maybe. I'm not sure whereabouts in North Carolina. But Jersey is the pits. So, what are your thoughts for Shit Hits the Fan? I'm thinking the coast is not a good place. I want to be away from the coast. I don't know if you can hear me. The neighbors, they're pretty far away, but they're working on something. They're banging away. Anyway, what are your thoughts about moving for Shit Hits the Fan? What state are you in? Are you planning on staying there if shit hits the fan? Or you plan on bugging out, moving somewhere else? Well, we plan on staying where we're at, pretty much. Like right now, if shit hits the fan, we're bunkering in here, I guess, or hunkering down here. But we've had it here. It's too expensive. West Virginia looks like the best for us, I think, right now, anyway. I guess that's all I got for now. I just wanted to bring up the sky, how wrong the sky's been looking. The couple branches right over that shed that look like they're all the way up that are dying. The only thing I can think of is Wi-Fi router, because that was fine last year. It was fine about 8 months ago, and they started out there, I guess, January, February. Started hanging out there, put a heater out there, and I don't know. Anyway, that's all I got. This is Piney Prepper Bill, and I'll talk to you later.